The people at Herman Miller will have you believe that the Embody chair is so well ergonomically tuned that there is no need for a headrest. And that could be true, it might not be needed, but that doesn't mean it's better off without one. Let me introduce you to Atlas Headrest, a small company founded by some ex-Herman Miller employees, and they're best known for their air-on headrest. And that was generally well received thanks to the painstaking lengths that Atlas went through to ensure that the materials and manufacturing processes are as close as possible to what Herman Miller would have produced if they themselves had made a headrest for their chair. This year, Atlas focused their efforts on the Embody, another one of Herman Miller's high-end office chairs that doesn't have a headrest. After months of fulfilling a huge backlog of orders, Atlas has finally gotten round to dispatching mine, and today it has arrived. According to Herman Miller, the Embody is designed by a team of scientists and ergonomic experts to get us sitting in the correct posture. The problem is, well, my problem is that I rarely sit upright for long periods of time, and there are instances during the day where a headrest would make a massive difference to my comfort. Because I use the Embody in a variety of ways. I'm sometimes watching stuff, reading, or I might turn my chair around, turn on one of my consoles and kick back for some gaming. Basically, if I'm doing anything other than working, I like to recline my seat, but my head is never comfortable. I always end up with my head pushed up against a thin edge, and if I fall asleep like this, which happens to me a lot with the Embody because it's so comfortable to nap in, I wake up with a bit of pain. I just wanted to note before we move on that this isn't a review for the Embody chair, and although I like it, it's not for everyone, so I recommend trying it in a showroom before taking the plunge. You might find the air-on more comfortable, or a chair by Steelcase or Hayworth. Okay, so we've established that there are situations where a headrest is very welcome. How did Atlas do with their attempt at making one for the Embody? You can probably tell from my video that Atlas has nailed this headrest in terms of quality. If they're using different materials and manufacturing processes, it's not something I would be able to point out. Even this little knob here and the screws they include look and feel like it was always part of the Embody to begin with. The only giveaway is the Atlas branding, and thankfully that is done with taste. It is expensive at £184 all in, and I am bitter that I had to fork out so much on top of an already expensive chair, but at the very least, they did everything they could to mimic the quality and style of the Embody. Installing the headrest was quick and simple. The most time-consuming part of the process for me was the trial and error period to find my ideal position. I made the mistake of tightening the horizontal and vertical adjustments too early, and I kept getting off and on the seat to make changes. My advice is to loosen both of the adjustments, sit in the chair and get the headrest in the right spot, and then finally going to fasten everything so it doesn't move. Here's a top tip for you. After twisting this knob into place, use the Allen key to give it that last bit of grip, and it should hold in place even better. So I've gone over some of the good points already. We know that it looks and feels great and it's easy to install, but there are a few possible negatives to keep in mind. Let's talk about the price. £184 is a lot of money and really hard to justify for what it is. I would advise that you only invest in this headrest if you plan on sitting in your Embody for many hours a day and over many years. If you're only using the chair for work, then try to maintain a good posture whilst doing so. If the Embody is also your lounging chair, start putting some change aside each month. This is a small nitpick, but the colour of the fabric on the Atlas headrest is slightly darker than the fabric on my gaming Embody. I'm not sure if this is because my Embody has lost its potency after a few months, and I don't know if other colour options will have this issue, but it's not a big deal to me because the colour matches with the armrests and other bits of black hardware on the chair, so it's still in line with the overall two-tone look and doesn't seem out of place. Again, not a big deal, but something to expect if you're getting the black gaming variant. This next point might not matter to you, and it certainly doesn't bother me, but I have to mention that it performs best when it lives in one position. You can have the screws a bit loose so it's adjustable throughout the day, but that would allow it to move out of position if you lean too hard against it. Again, this isn't a problem for me because I've chosen my perfect position and tightened the screws. But do consider if constant adjustability is what you're after, because you might not get along with this headrest. The protective sticker isn't precisely engineered. It doesn't seem to cover the full area of where the clamp makes contact with the spine of the chair. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just an afterthought and added last minute. A version 2 of this headrest with built-in padding would be ideal. And finally, let's talk about the buying experience. It took 3.5 months for it to arrive on my doorstep, so if you want one, it's best to get your order in soon. This wait time should get shorter as the months go by, but if you want one now, be prepared to apply some patience. The packaging was quite basic and didn't seem very robust for a product so expensive going on a massive journey from the USA to the UK. However, it did arrive in one piece and I didn't notice any damage. I would find it difficult to believe someone if they told me this product existed without seeing it with my own eyes. A third-party company has designed and released a headrest that looks and feels like it came straight out of the Herman Miller factory. It looks like it was part of the chair all along, and this is how it should have appeared when I first unboxed my Embody. The effort that Atlas Headrest put into this add-on is impressive, and quite rare in this age of quick and cheap AliExpress solutions. It fulfills the intention of being an effective headrest. I don't use it when I'm sitting upright, but anytime I need to recline, I no longer struggle to hit the right spot for comfort. It gently supports my head so I can fully relax and melt into the chair. It is expensive, and like I mentioned before, I'm disappointed that I even have to fork out extra money for the luxury. And it's not a perfect headrest. I would say it's 80% there, but I can live with its adjustment shortcomings because I'm the kind of person who would take the time to set it and forget it. If you believe that you need a headrest for your Embody, I don't think you will be disappointed with this effort from Atlas Headrest, and in my opinion, it makes the Embody a complete chair. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you didn't, I hope one of my future videos will hit the spot for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you all so much again for helping me to hit my milestone of 1,000 subscribers. If you have any questions or comments about the Embody or Atlas Headrest, don't forget to leave a comment below. See you soon.